Hey, it's Jamie here from runningrestaurants.com. We all know that for restaurants, large costs can pop up fast, right? Broken kitchen appliances, a leaky roof, the list goes on and on. But the traditional loan process is too slow, and that's why I want to tell you about Zinch. Zinch is a direct lender that makes financing fast and simple. Just fill out a quick online application and provide a copy of your four most recent bank statements, and you can get approval within 24 hours. Right now, Zinch is waiving application fees for my listeners. That's a $250 value. So go to financingthatworks.com. That's financingthatworks.com. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California finance lender's law license. All right. Welcome to the runningrestaurants.com podcast. We're bringing the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I'm your host, Jaime Oikle, and today I've got a great episode for you with Sam Fonseca, COO and partner at Roll-Em-Up Taquitos. Welcome, Sam. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the time. Humbled to be on here with you. Thank you very much for reaching out.
Yeah, man. I was just out your way, and if I was paying attention, I would have made sure I hit a location for you guys. Mostly, so tell us about the brand, where you guys mostly are, what's going on, what you got.
Sure. So the brand actually, this is Ryan Usray's dream, and his mom used to cook him. Mama Karen used to cook him taquitos, and they absolutely loved them. Every single event that they had, or whatever type of party that they had at their home, or that they were invited to, Mama Karen would always bring taquitos, and it was just something that they absolutely loved. And people would just tell her, when are you going to open up a restaurant and sell these things? Because we love them. And, so they've always talked about it. And then unfortunately, Miss Karen passed away, and Ryan and his father, Ron, and Ryan's wife, Tiff, I mean, the whole family were just, they were lost without her. And Ryan, he's always been in the clothing industry, and he's really great with, just design. And he was just really down on his luck, and, he had just lost his mother, and he just said, you know what? I know exactly what I'm going to do to make sure that I continue my mother's legacy. And I'm going to start a restaurant just selling her taquitos, and I'm going to call it Roll-Em Up. And he was going out looking for sites, looking for anybody that would give him an opportunity. And then he found his first site and opened it on June 15, 2019, out in Chino Hills, California. And Roll-Em Up Taquitos got started. And the major drive behind opening this restaurant is to make sure that he continues his mother's legacy, and to make sure that everybody gets to taste his mom's famous taquitos. And I was introduced to the brand actually through a customer that I met when I was working at a previous concept years ago. And the customer, we sat down. I actually was introduced to this customer through a customer complaint. I was working with the previous brand. I went out to go meet him. I apologized for his bad visit and want to turn it around. He was really, really happy, and he was grateful that we were able to have a better outcome the second time around. And then he, in passing, I don't know why he did this, but he just said, "Hey, Sam, can I give you a couple of options of restaurants you might want to try out?" I said, "Sure." Nobody has ever done this for me in the past, right? And he said, "Hey, you have to go check out this place called Roll-Em Up Taquitos. It's in Chino Hills, not too far from here." And so I looked at him, I said, "So what is it?" He said, "It's just taquitos." And I thought, that's interesting. Usually taquitos are a side dish at a Mexican restaurant, and they're the X amount of option on the side. And I thought, this is interesting. So I decided to go try it out, and I took my whole family. We walked in, and as soon as we walked in, there was reggae music playing in the background. The graphics looked great. And I thought, how many of these locations are there? There's no way that this is the only one. You could see it from a restaurant's point of view, a restaurant, somebody that's been in the industry. You could see like, hey, this can't be the first, because it just looks too sharp to be the first, right? And it was. So we tried the product, and we absolutely loved it. It was my wife, our kids, my daughter, who I think only eats cheese. We were all happy. Right. We were all happy. And so, in a family, when you find a restaurant where everybody loves it, you're like, yes, let's add this to the list. Another place where we can all go eat, and nobody's going to be upset at the options. And so we loved it. And before I left, I just went up to the counter and I asked, is the owner here? And they said, no, he just stepped out for a little bit. I give him my business card. He called me about an hour later, and we've been friends ever since. I called him. He gave me a call, and he said, hey, so you're over at the time I was with Raising Cane's, an absolute amazing brand. And we just started talking. I said, hey, now you have a friend in the business. So if you ever need anything, just call me. And for 3 years, he would call me. I would call him, check in, see how he's doing. If there was anything I could help him out with, he would call me, and back and forth. And then after 3.5 years or so, he said, hey, when can we stop being friends in the business and be partners in the business?
Oh, there you go.
And, that was just an awesome time. And now I've been here for going on 5 months here, extremely excited about what we have going on. It's so, for myself, it's so impactful to be with a brand that I was introduced to by a customer, actually through a customer complaint, right? So we went from a customer complaint to winning the customer back over to that customer now actually guiding me into the role that I'm in now. So, when you talk about complaints, it's amazing what you can get out of a complaint, or how you can impact that customer so much so that they actually help you land your next career. So really excited about that. And
well, thanks for sharing the journey that's behind there, and how you guys got involved, and it's good to see the passion behind the brand. And my next question was kind of like how long they've been around, and so it's really a short time frame. A lot has happened in 3 years, and I go to the website and I see locations and I see coming soon. Like what's going on with the growth?
Well, wow, what a great question. We just finished up the month of January. In January, we opened up 3 restaurants in a matter of 21 days. We opened up a location in Las Vegas, which was our first location out in Nevada. We opened up our first location out in Irvine, California. And then we opened up our 10th location for the company out in Corona, California, our second location in the same city. So just really excited. And, one of the things that Ryan did really well is making sure that he had a great product. Number one, it starts off with the product. You have a craveable product. You have a product that people are going to rave about. That's what's going to help you expand. And that's our number one focus, is making sure that we provide to the customers the great product that Mama Karen introduced to her close friends, her loved ones, when she would have events at her home or elsewhere. So that we are absolutely committed on a great product. I think that's the number one reason what has led to us expanding, and for folks to try it out. And then when we have different individuals that are coming in that are interested in franchising, they look at our concept. And if you ever get a chance to go into our restaurants, we have the kitchen for display. We don't hide anything. We want the customers to be part of the process. And there's a connection there, right? There's a connection when the customer can see what's happening in the kitchen, what you're doing, what your team members are working so hard to make sure, and they can see it. And then they get to taste the great quality of the product. That's when they're sold. And that's when we have people asking, hey, are you guys franchising? What's going on? How do I get my hands on this? Because I see this as being the next thing. And Ryan and his team have done a great job prior to me coming on board of making sure that they were executing at a high level with their product quality. And then folks just started finding out about it. And the growth through social media has been amazing. We currently have 128,000 followers for our 10 restaurants. So per restaurant, the amount of followers that we have and the word that gets out, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, whatever it may be, LinkedIn, folks look at the product and they see something different, right? And that's what I saw myself as a customer, and also as an individual. I thought, hey, I know that this company is going to take off, because there's nothing else out there like this, right? So I live in Southern California. There's, just a ton of Mexican restaurants, different options, but I've never seen one taquito-centric focused on just that. And that's the number one focus. We want to make sure that we have a great product. And that's really what spoke to myself. This is somebody that it also wanted to be a franchisee of this concept, because I thought, wow, this is totally different. This is totally different. It's great. It tastes great. The vibe and the just the environment of the restaurant, right? If you go into our restaurants, we're serving taquitos and we're blasting reggae music. And
Yeah.
those two shouldn't go together, right? But they work out great. And when I started asking, hey, let me know. I need to know the background. Why are we playing reggae music at a place that sells taquitos? And they said, well, when we first started off, we had just crazy lines, and we were playing different type of music. And Tiff, who is one of the founders of Roll-Em-Up, she was back there rolling taquitos in the back. She was back there hand rolling the taquitos, and you could see that the wait time was a little long. And she just started feeling like, oh man, we've got to change the vibe in here. We've got to change it, right? So they were playing, I don't know what kind of music they were playing. And then Ryan is cooking taquitos. His wife is rolling the taquitos in the back of the house. And she keeps telling Ryan, change the music, put some reggae. And Ryan is telling Tiff, we're too busy to even mess around with the music. And then she saw out in the dining room, she saw customers like this with their arms folded, and they were just, waiting for their order. And then she just changed the music to reggae music. And she goes, Sam, it was instant. The guy that was like this, all of a sudden we start playing reggae music, and now he just starts a little dance.
You have to move, right?
And she said, ever since then, we absolutely are committed to that. And so it's a fun environment. We don't take ourselves very seriously, and we want to have a lot of fun, and we want the customers to come in and feel that.
Yeah, that's cool, Sam. I wrote down a few things, so I want to come back to a number of them. I want to come back to digital stuff. I want to come back to kind of what you're doing with mobile and social. But on the franchising side, I'm sure you have a number of folks already, and you must have interested partners, because I see the list coming. What do you guys look for with someone that's a franchisee potential? What do you think?
Great question. We are looking for people that have restaurant experience. A lot of folks reach out to us that love the restaurant, and they go, hey, this looks easy. How do I do this?
That's funny.
But they've never ran a restaurant before, right? And unfortunately, and that's the biggest compliment when somebody goes, hey, you guys make it look really easy. Thank you. Because running a restaurant, any restaurant, is a lot of hard work. And it takes somebody that's going to be passionate. And that's what we're looking for. We are looking for individuals that have restaurant experience, that love the restaurant industry, and just are absolutely passionate about serving somebody a meal. We take great honor in serving others, right? Serving your community, being part of the community. You have to be focused on people. You have to be focused on growing your people. If you're going to open up and you say, hey, Sam, we want to sign up for X amount of restaurants. We get it. Everybody's in the business to make a profit. We understand that. But there's also has to be a focus on people development, and helping those around you that work with you to achieve more in their life. You're talking to somebody here that started off wiping down tables and slicing tomatoes at In-N-Out Burger at the age of 17 years old.
Sure.
That absolutely fell in love working in the restaurant industry, because I was impacted by great leaders, and that they were able to help me grow as a person, as a leader. We're looking for those type of individuals that already know, understand, and most importantly, love the restaurant industry. We're looking for people that care for others, that want to be part of their community, that when we put a Roll-Em-Up in your city, we need that franchisee to be the face of Roll-Em-Up in our community, whether you're impacting schools, going out and trying to figure out how we can do different fundraisers for our community. We want to make sure that we make a difference where we're working at. And so that's exactly what we're looking for in the next franchisee.
Good.
Love the restaurant industry.
Because it goes beyond that. It is a business, and people do it. They do it to be profitable, but there's so much more behind it. You talk about the growth. You're in obviously quick casual fast food. I mean, yes, workers there a lot of times are transient's not the right word, but they're part-time, they're full-time, they're maybe students. But a lot of people, like yourself and a lot of people in the industry, progress through that, but it's only through a strategy, through a company that shows caring, that shows growth. There is a path where you can be a manager and a general manager and a regional manager and so forth. And if you give people the right direction, sometimes that can set someone up for success. So that is a big deal. So I applaud that. So your episode's going to come out really probably close to an episode I recently recorded about delivering. It's called, the book, the author was Delivering the Digital Restaurant. So really focused on the mobile stuff, third-party orders, the changes that happen with COVID and so forth. I'm assuming you guys, as a fun brand, definitely have I'm sure a young audience, a tech-savvy audience. Everyone's got the phone. What are you guys doing digitally to make life easy, to sell more stuff? Is it apps? Is it pickups, curbside? There's a lot going on there. It's a big deal.
Oh yeah. You know what? So we launched our app and that's been doing great. And so the app has been huge. Another line. It's another digital line, right? Third party, definitely in that game, extremely important. We've also looked at our restaurants and what our customers are telling us. Our folks want food delivered to them. They want to be at home. And something interesting happened during the whole COVID, situation is that customers just became different, and they are a little bit more aware of like, hey, if I can stay home and I can do work from home or homework or hang out with the friends, or I'm a gamer and I don't want to leave because I'm right in the middle of getting to the next level, right? I don't want to leave. But I am getting hungry. My stomach is telling me I'm getting hungry, but I don't want to stop playing that game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order third party. And so our third party, our online business is definitely one that is just taken off. And with the app, it's so easy for you to order on the app. We are now adding also gift cards to our platform so they can have digital gift cards. So it just makes it very easy. And, if you can just order and you're X amount of miles away, you order it, but it tells you, hey, you're going to have X amount of time to pick it up. You show up, grab the food, and take on off. We are 100% committed to making sure that our customers come in and feel the environment and have fun. But we also understand that it's a different time. So really looking at our social media, how we communicate through social media, what's important. For example, right now, where next Sunday is going to be Super Bowl, and or the big game, excuse me. We want to make sure that we are marketing to that, hey, you guys can order a catering order and be the first ones at your party to, instead of bringing the usual suspects, you're going to bring taquitos, and you're going to have something different to offer the rest of your friends. If you're thinking about, hey, what should I offer? What should I bring to that event? Whether it's work, whether it's, for your home or a party, you can bring a party pack with you of 25 or more taquitos. So, we're really trying to think about the time of the year, how we use our social media. What is it that we're talking about? We look at other great brands and really benchmark to see what they have going on, right? We're talking about, the big game, Super Bowl coming up here next Sunday. But then also we start looking towards the end of the year. What else is coming up? And how do we use social media to communicate to our folks, hey, you have young ones that are about to graduate from high school, and you want to give them another option of what you can get that individual. We have gift cards available to all the grads, right? So really utilizing that platform to communicate with our customers, to remind them, if they haven't been to our Roll-Em-Up in a while, to remind them what they're missing out on. If at any time, that we want to promote a certain product, social media is just, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible how many people, you can connect to in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. I might come back and ask about TikTok. I'm curious there, but what percent? I'm just curious, but percentage wise, is there a sweet spot where your store is like, man, it's great. We got 80% in store, 20%, ordering, or 60, 40, 50, 50. Is there a sweet spot that you think about you like to drive business, or really just boost them both up as much as possible. What do you think?
We want to do as much as possible everywhere. Our first location also has a drive-through. We have out of our 10 restaurants right now, we have 3 that are drive-through. One in Amarillo, Texas, one out in Las Vegas, Nevada, and then our original restaurant here in Chino Hills, California. So we have 3 restaurants that are drive-through. We are also looking for drive-through restaurants. So we want to make sure that we do a great job in every single, platform, whether it's third-party, online, through the app, through our drive-through. As far as a sweet spot, there definitely is a sweet spot, because we don't need 3,000 square foot location anymore. We just don't need that, because we much rather have a location that's half that. If we can find a location that's
interesting,
1,500 square feet, perfect, right? And we want that place to be busy. There's something beautiful that happens. People attract people, right?
So, yeah, that's right. That's right.
When you have something and where it's a little bit tighter, right? And you see that there's customers there, the tables are full, there's a line out the door. Man, what a better billboard. You can't buy a better billboard than folks standing in line and that line going out through your doors. So we are definitely focused on that. Another big thing about the square footage that we're looking for is, for us, who we are growing corporate restaurants and we're also growing franchise restaurants. We believe in our brand. Yep. So right now we're at 70-30. 70% of our restaurants are franchise, but we're looking to really excel at opening corporate restaurants. We want a 50-50 mix, if not, 60% corporate to 40% franchise. We really want to grow this. From my previous brands that I had a blessing to work with the In-N-Out, family-owned, all corporate restaurants, Raising Cane's, majority of their restaurants are now company restaurants. We want to provide those opportunities that I talked to you earlier today. Folks that join the corporate team, we want to make sure that they have great opportunities to grow and take over my position. So we are absolutely committed to growing corporate restaurants and franchise restaurants with the right franchise partners. Yeah. But now with ordering the way that we're doing now, our franchisees are excited, because now they can start looking at sites for half the dollar amount, because we don't need 3,000, we don't need 2,500. If we could find something between 1,500 or actually even smaller than that, we have a location that we're going to be looking at that's 1,000 square feet, because we've done some things here to streamline the business, and we don't need a huge restaurant.
We didn't touch on this, but it's a perfect time to ask you. Geolocation, obviously, you bases California there, but you already mentioned Nevada, you mentioned Texas. Where else are you looking to expand? Where else are you getting interest from? Where else should partners that are hearing something like this say, "Hey, I want to find out more"? What do you
think? We are open to anything. And the most important thing is that we have great partners in the business. So if there is a partner in the business in Orlando, we want to find that individual. We want to have a great working partnership. We have the infrastructure to grow. We have the infrastructure to get the product out to states where we're currently not at. But I think our number one focus is, instead of a location, because we're open to anything, is making sure that we have the right partner in the business. Yep. And we already discussed what we're looking for in those partners, but we are open.
Good. All right. Well, then let's close with TikTok. Out of curiosity, it's a brand that I always think about as the fun little kid videos, but restaurants and other people are starting to use it. How do you guys use it?
I mean, the numbers that we are seeing on TikTok are just insane, because we can post something, and I mean, within an hour and a half, you're looking at 1.4 million views. It's just insane. And how often that just gets tagged on. And again, we have something that's very unique, right? So there's there's a lot of burger places, and you have the huge giants in the industry. One that I was extremely blessed to work with, that absolutely, when they put something out, it goes viral and it's beautiful and people love it and they have a cult following. But there's a lot of burger places. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of that. When you do something with Roll-Em Up, it's totally something different. And then we get the comments back. When are you coming to Colorado? When are you coming here? When are you coming there? Right. So it's so exciting because our customers are literally telling us where to go next. And we're reaching folks that they are, on the other side of the country. And they're going, hey, we have a spot for you in New York. Maybe about a month and a half ago, I got this email for a great site out in New York. And so I sent it over to Ryan and said, hey, look, can't wait till we open up in New York. And it's really just very, very humbling and excited to hear that folks want us out in their area and they want to try what other folks are talking about. Look, you can't really do too much with what we have. We're not going to change it up. We're not going to put this and that, and we're not going to go crazy. We believe in what we have and we put it out there. And then it's crazy how TikTok just takes it and then just, gosh, it reaches so many views in a short amount of time. It's incredible.
Yeah. Interesting to see that be one of the bigger channels now. So I gotta plug more into that. Well, this has been good, Sam. I appreciate you. We haven't hit him with, I have rollemup.com. Hit him with anything else, your social channels, your tag, what's the word I'm looking for? Hashtag this or your ad signs. What do you got?
Sure. The biggest one is definitely on Instagram. So you guys can follow us on Instagram at Roll-Em-Up Taquitos. On Yelp, please give us some feedback when you go visit our restaurants. On LinkedIn, you guys can also follow us there. Also, for my LinkedIn over at Sam Fonseca as well. So also on TikTok, we are at Roll-Em-Up. So those are where you guys can find us, and we'll be coming to your city soon.
Very, very good stuff. All right, folks, that was Sam Fonseca at Roll-Em-Up Taquitos. You can find them on the web at rollemup.com and the other folks other places that Sam mentioned. For more great restaurant marketing, service, people, and tech tips, stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.